All right, let's just get right into it. We're going to tackle a feeling that I know so many of us share, that relentless, just overwhelming pace of AI innovation. Well, today, we're not just going to talk about how to survive it. No, we're going to build a system to actually master it, to turn all that pressure into a genuine advantage. I mean, does this look familiar? Yeah, it probably should, because this is basically our new normal, right? Every single week, it's the same deal. You've got multiple model releases dropping on the same day. You've got new tools that swear they're going to change everything. And oh my God, the benchmarks, the charts, the hot takes everywhere, not to mention all those articles warning you that you're already behind.
And this right here nails it. The result isn't excitement, is it? It's more like this low-grade, constant pressure. It's like this background hum that's always on, whispering that there's something new you have to learn, something you have to test, something you are definitely missing out on.
So, what are we supposed to do? Just learn faster? Try to consume even more? No way. Look, the problem isn't that there's too much AI innovation happening. The problem, as you see right here, is that we don't have a filter. It's the lack of a filter between everything that's happening out there and what actually matters to you. And that's the filter we're going to build today. Okay, so let's get into the diagnosis. Before we can build this filter, we really need to understand the forces at play. What's actually creating this feeling of being constantly behind? So, why does it feel like this? I promise you, it's not just you, it's not in your head. There are actually three really powerful forces all hitting us at the same time, and we're going to break down every single one.
All right, force number one. The content itself is literally optimized for urgency. The entire media ecosystem that we're all swimming in, it's designed for hype, not really for accuracy or relevance. Let's look at how that actually works.
I mean, the incentive structure here tells you the whole story. A headline that screams, "This changes everything," well, that gets reach. But a headline that says, "Hey, this is a pretty marginal improvement," yeah, that goes nowhere. So what's the result? Everything feels absolutely critical, even when it's really not. Okay, on to the second force. And this one is much more psychological. It's about how our own brains are kind of wired to work against us here. Every single new tool that we don't try immediately, it can start to feel like a loss, like a missed opportunity. You know, this is a classic cognitive bias called loss aversion. Our brains are just hardwired to feel the sting of a potential loss way more than the excitement of a potential gain. So that feeling, that fear of missing out, it actually triggers a genuine threat response in our brains. And just like that, an announcement that should be kind of cool and spark some curiosity, instead, it just creates anxiety. And a third and final force? It's simply the paralyzing effect of having too many options. You've heard of the paradox of choice, right? Well, this is that, but on a whole other level. Think about it. When you're staring down dozens of models and literally hundreds of tools, where do you even start? There's no clear entry point. So what happens? Your bookmarks just pile up, your subscriptions start to overlap, and you get this weird result where people know a lot about AI, but they haven't actually built anything with it. You get trapped in this loop of endless consumption and zero execution. Okay, so that's the problem, right? It's this perfect storm of external hype and our own internal psychology. But now we pivot to the solution. And it all starts with a huge mindset shift. We have to redefine what keeping up even means in the first place. Just look at the difference here. The old way, over on the left, it's all about consumption. Knowing every single model on launch day, testing every new tool. I mean, that's just a recipe for burnout. The new way, the effective way on the right, is about having a system that does one simple thing for you. It automatically answers the question, does this matter for my work? Yes or no? That's it. And hey, if you need proof that you need a filter, just think about this. Roughly half of all the AI releases that drop in any given week have absolutely zero impact on most of our workflows. Zero. It is just noise. The people who seem like they're ahead, they're not consuming more, they're consuming dramatically less. But it's the right less. So how do we actually do this? Let's get super practical. We're going to walk through 3 actionable solutions so you can start building your own personal AI filter, like right now. All right, solution number 1 is an absolute game changer. You build a weekly AI briefing agent. The goal here is so simple. Stop the daily doom scrolling. Instead, you get one single filtered briefing per week that is tailored specifically for you. And here's exactly how you do it, in 4 steps.
First, you define your sources. Choose like 5 to 10 trusted, factual sources. Newsletters, RSS feeds, that kind of thing. Step 2, weekly intake. You schedule a simple workflow to pull from those sources just once a week. Third, and this is where the magic happens, you add the filter. You use an AI node to read through everything and identify what's relevant to your specific role and tasks. You could literally tell it, filter these articles for Python code generation techniques that I can actually use in production this week. And finally, you have it deliver a clean summary to your email or Slack or Notion. This system alone can cut out like 80% of the noise and anxiety. Seriously.
Okay, let's move on to solution 2. For the very few things that actually make it past your shiny new filter, how do you evaluate them? Well, the key here is to stop watching their slick demos and start testing with your own real-world prompts. And the difference here is everything. Their demos, they're totally cherry-picked. They're designed to show the model at its absolute best. But your reality, the actual prompts you use over and over again, that's what reveals a tool's true value. That's where you find the gaps and the friction. So you need a quick system for this. Here's a simple framework. It takes 30 minutes tops. 1. Prepare 5 prompts you use for your real work. 2. Execute. Run them on both the new tool and whatever you're currently using. 3. Compare the outputs side by side. And 4. Score them. Just give each output a simple rating. Is it better, the same, or worse? That's all. This gives you objective, personal data, not just marketing hype. And for our third and final solution, we've got a mental model. This is something you can use instantly, in the moment, to categorize and pretty much dismiss the vast majority of AI news. It's all about knowing the difference between a benchmark release and a business release. This chart lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have a benchmark release. This is all about higher scores, faster tokens, it's awesome for researchers, but it's mostly irrelevant for your day-to-day work. On the other side, you have a business release. This is about new capabilities, new integrations, things you can actually use reliably this week. And here's the kicker. Probably 90% of the announcements we see are just benchmark updates pretending to be business breakthroughs. So when you put all of these filters into practice, it really brings you to a fundamental choice. It creates 2 very different paths you can take in the age of AI. You can be a collector, or you can be an operator. So this is the choice. Which one are you becoming? You've got the collector, endless tabs, a mountain of bookmarks, and that constant low-grade anxiety about what they're missing. And then you have the operator. The shipping, the work is compounding, they feel confident about what to ignore, and they prioritize execution over consumption. Your filter, your system, that is what turns you from a collector into an operator. And that brings us right here to the final crucial takeaway. In this age of AI, pretty much everyone has access to the same tools and information. The real competitive advantage isn't access, it's attention discipline. It's not about knowing more, it's about knowing what to ignore. Look, the pace of AI releases, it is not going to slow down. But with the right system in place, that's no longer a problem. In fact, it's your advantage.